The Marvel Universe is home to some of the most powerful cosmic beings ever imagined. Among them, two figures stand at the absolute pinnacle of power: Beyonder and the one above all, TOAA. The Beyonder is known for his near-limitless ability to warp reality, while TOAA is regarded as the supreme deity of the Marvel multiverse. But if these two ever clashed, who would emerge victorious? In this deep dive, we will explore their origins, abilities, and potential battle outcomes to determine the true winner of this cosmic confrontation: the origins and nature of Beyonder and the one above all. The Beyonder first appeared in Secret Wars 1 in 1984 and was introduced as an all-powerful entity observing the Marvel Universe. He was initially depicted as being outside the multiverse, possessing more power than all of existence combined. In his early iterations, he existed beyond time, space, and dimensional limitations. However, later retcons altered his origins, revealing that he was actually an incomplete cosmic cube from an alternate reality known as the Beyond Realm. Despite this change, the Beyonder remained an immensely powerful force, capable of reshaping reality, destroying universes, and defeating some of Marvel's most powerful cosmic entities, including the Celestials, Eternity, and even the Living Tribunal. On the other hand, the one above all is Marvel's ultimate supreme being, the omnipotent entity responsible for the creation of everything within the Marvel multiverse. First referenced in Doctor Strange 13 in 1976, and later making a full appearance in Fantastic Four 511 in 2004, TOAA represents Marvel's version of a god. He is the highest power in all of Marvel's cosmic hierarchy and is sometimes depicted as a radiant, blinding light, or even in the form of the legendary comic artist Jack Kirby, symbolizing his role as the true writer of the Marvel Universe. Unlike the Beyonder, who has been subjected to retcons and power adjustments, TOAA is beyond all changes and remains omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent across all realities. The fundamental difference between the two lies in their nature. The Beyonder, while once considered supreme, is now categorized as an entity with incredible power but finite limits. TOAA, however, is infinite in all aspects, making him an absolute, undeniable force beyond even conceptual destruction. While the Beyonder is one of Marvel's greatest powerhouses, TOAA is the creator of everything, including the Beyonder himself. Powers and abilities: who holds the greater strength? The Beyonder's powers have fluctuated over time due to retcons, but at his peak, he was a being of almost unlimited capabilities. He could manipulate reality on an unimaginable scale, create or erase entire universes with a mere thought, and was even stated to be stronger than all cosmic entities combined. His immortality and invulnerability meant he could not be harmed through conventional means, and his mastery over energy, matter, time, and souls made him one of the most dangerous beings in Marvel's history. However, despite his overwhelming power, the revelation that he was an incomplete cosmic cube placed significant limitations on his omnipotence. TOAA, in contrast, exists on a level that cannot be measured. Unlike the Beyonder, TOAA does not merely control reality, he is the architect of all realities. Every cosmic entity, from the Celestials to the Living Tribunal, exists under his will. His power is infinite, his knowledge absolute, and his presence omnipresent across all dimensions. Unlike the Beyonder, who has suffered from retcons and limitations, TOAA remains unchallenged and unchallengeable. While the Beyonder could manipulate reality to his advantage, TOAA exists outside the concept of manipulation. He is the very force that defines reality, meaning that no attack, no power, and no existence can threaten him. This is the fundamental gap between their abilities. While Beyonder is powerful, he is still bound within the system TOAA governs. No matter how far his power extends, it will never surpass the one who created the very fabric of his existence. Battle simulation: what would happen if they fought? A fight between Beyonder and TOAA would not be a conventional battle. While other cosmic beings may engage in clashes that reshape the very structure of the multiverse, this particular fight would be one-sided from the very beginning. If Beyonder, at his absolute strongest, were to challenge TOAA, he would likely begin by attempting to bend reality itself to his will. He could erase universes, rewrite history, and even attempt to remove TOAA from existence altogether. However, because TOAA exists beyond all creation, none of these actions would have any effect. Beyonder's power, no matter how vast, is still limited within Marvel's system, and TOAA is the system itself. TOAA would not need to engage in any combat, unlike characters like the Living Tribunal who act as enforcers of cosmic balance. TOAA is the very definition of balance. He does not need to retaliate because he exists on an entirely different plane. If he so desired, he could simply remove Beyonder from existence without any effort. Even if Beyonder were at full power, TOAA could rewrite Marvel's history so that the Beyonder never existed in the first place. There is also an important conceptual difference between the two. While Beyonder is a defined entity with a history and an origin, TOAA is not confined by any backstory or identity. He is the creator of all things, including the story itself. No matter what scenario plays out, TOAA will always hold the ultimate power, making any form of battle impossible in the traditional sense. The ultimate verdict, who wins? When determining the winner of this battle, the conclusion is undeniable. The one above all triumphs without question. While the Beyonder was once depicted as the most powerful entity in Marvel Comics, subsequent retcons placed him within the hierarchy of cosmic beings, rather than above it. In contrast, TOAA remains the supreme and absolute force, beyond all limitations and constraints. The Beyonder's ability to manipulate reality, destroy universes, and overpower cosmic entities is extraordinary, but it remains bound by the very system TOAA governs. No matter how powerful the Beyonder becomes, he still exists within the confines of Marvel's creation, whereas TOAA exists beyond it as the architect of everything. Beyonder can reshape reality, but TOAA is the very definition of reality itself. A battle between them would not truly be a contest, as TOAA does not engage in conflict. His omnipotence transcends all struggles. Beyonder might attempt to challenge him, but the outcome would be predetermined. TOAA's power is absolute, making resistance futile. The fight would end before it even begins because, in the presence of true omnipotence, no opposition can exist. Ultimately, the one above all is and always will be the supreme power in Marvel, making his victory inevitable. Final thoughts: why TOAA will never be in the MCU. Despite his unparalleled power, TOAA is unlikely to ever appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The presence of a truly omnipotent being would remove all tension from storytelling, as no villain, no matter how powerful, could ever pose a real threat. Furthermore, TOAA's concept as an absolute deity brings religious implications that could be controversial. Lastly, TOAA has been depicted as a symbolic representation of Marvel's creators, meaning his inclusion in the MCU would not serve a meaningful narrative purpose. In the grand scheme of Marvel's cosmic hierarchy, Beyonder stands among the most powerful beings ever created. But TOAA is on an entirely different level. The Beyonder may be a god-like entity, but the one above all is the god of the entire Marvel universe. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.